up, guys? This is Rise and welcome to another video. Today I'm showcasing the team I've been running for over a week now in the Open Great League, as I used this core of Talonflame and Shadow Poliwrath in my World Championship team. I identified it as what I thought was one of the stronger cores in the Open Great League at the time, and it performed really well. I would say these two Pokemon were arguably my best two over the course of the tournament, even though I went 5-2 overall. And I've been using it in the Go Battle League, and I was using it the night before the tournament as practice, and we've been continuing to use it in Go Battle League and climbed very high onto the leaderboard. So without further ado, here we go. Talonflame, Cresselia, Shadow Poliwrath. Talon and Poly cover each other's weaknesses, and Cresselia, I don't know, just a really strong generalist with its bulk and its spammy charge attacks in this meta. In this first game, we're in a pretty terrible spot. We led against Shadow Quag. We save swap. We're met by Alolan Sandslash, so we're in a really tough looking spot here. But we're just gonna try and play this out, see if we can find any win condition. And notice I'm opting for that double flying moveset of Talonflame. Rise, why double flying? Why not flame charge to ramp up your attack? I used to be all aboard the flame charge train to ramp up, especially in 2-shield scenarios. But I think as a lead Pokemon especially, Brave Bird just makes a lot more sense to threaten to one-shot things, which we'll probably see at least a Brave Bird or two land in this video. We're going to get a nice little head start here against the Quag that's going to come in. But Quag, we know, is just so ridiculously spammy. Did 2 mud shots earlier, so actually gets to the Aqua Tail first here. So what I'm going to try and do here is grab a shield and then just hope that maybe Poly has play against the Backmon, or maybe I could set up some sort of farm down. But what's in the back? It's a Mantine. So this was actually our first battle of the day. We just get triple hard countered by Blaine. Not a whole lot we could do here. Aerial Ace going to connect, and I don't think I'm going to play out this full one here. So at least we know in this battle there's nothing we could have done. And that's important to identify in the Go Battle League, right? If you want to improve, identify, man, could I have done this there? Could I have done that there? No matter what we did realistically, there was no way to feasibly win that battle, because if we had swapped Poliwrath instead, it would have been met by Mantine, and would have been pretty much the same result. We got a Caller trying to distract us, but we're going up here, Talonflame into Charjabug, and I like this matchup personally. Charjabug, if it has like a head start, if it's like a counter swap situation, it's not as comfortable. But in the lead, I like it. In comes Azu. We don't have, well, we do have a good answer in Crest, but we're already down a shield. So I elect to actually throw the Brave Bird first, and then throw the Crest in there, because if I was going to like save that energy, it seemed almost unnecessary against the Charjabug, right? Because Charjabug was getting low already. And this is going to set up a nice little situation for Crest, where we take another move, but we're going to get a full Psycho Cut down here. So this energy is going to be really useful. Does Charjabug come back in? Yep. We go for the Moonblast here. Got to make sure we keep track of that energy. I think Charjabug baited, right? So Charjabug... Oh, they didn't bait. So they don't get to an X-Scissor. Nice. Looks like Lantern might have got denied a Spark, if I saw that right. And yeah, this guy's running Spark Lantern as opposed to Water Dome, which is a little bit worse for our Poliwrath, but we CMP tie on what could be the Thunderbolt. I understand he might bait, but at this point, I'm like, even if he baits, I get 6 more counters of damage off, so I might as well shield. And this sets up things really nicely, where I actually am able to get off the Icy Wind as well and Charge Attack priority. So now he's debuffed. He has to shield. Even if he shielded, he would have been energy dry, and Talonflame could have closed from that range. So GG. Next opponent, here we go. Regular Gligar. Regular Gligar, just not as intimidating as Shadow Gligar for Talonflame. Can take this Aerial Ace a lot more comfortably. The Shadow Wing Attacks plus Aerial Ace adds up really quickly, so I don't love that matchup for Talon. But we take this a lot better. And going for the Fly. Because it's non-Shadow, maybe they elect to take it. Yep, they do. Makes sense. And this is really annoying, actually. So I could have lived this and gotten off my Fly. Instead, I elect to shield, because I was hoping this one Incinerate would KO. but it didn't. So I'm actually forced to throw here. Otherwise, he would have reached another Aerial Ace. In comes Poliwrath. I go for the fly. You could argue I should have committed to the Brave Bird if I'm only going to get to one move. He takes... He took the fly, which I thought was crazy. And now we got an Annihilate, which is a little bit scary. Up a shield for us, but we are up like one Psycho Cut. So that's kind of nice for Cress. I figure even if I eat a Shadow Ball, I still have play. If I get baited, that's absolutely awful. So I think taking it was probably the safer decision. And then we do bait. I stay in. I was trying to catch a Night Slash eventually, but I didn't. And I like to throw, or sorry, to shield, because I know I can throw this Grass Knot immediately and put it low enough where hopefully Poliwrath can counter down before a Shadow Ball. He swaps, transferring the counter, and that's going to set up the win for us. So his Poliwrath doesn't get off a move, but he would have needed a move plus a Shadow Ball anyway. So I think we were in a pretty good spot. Almost queued into Ultra League there. Let me know in the comments, do you guys ever queue into the wrong league when it's all three leagues? I do it. I haven't done it recently, but I used to do that all the dang time. Next battle. Here we go. Here we go. Or do we? Are we going to air out of this one? But you see that? Elo 3523. My plan is the next video after this video is going to be a recap of my Worlds match that was on stream against Rockhaven. We already got like a little bit of a clip, a little bit of a teaser of it. If you watched the vlog I posted from Hawaii, the short little vlog. Yikes, dude. Jellicent. Bit of a core breaker. Kind of beats all three of our Pokemon, but it is Bubble. So Cress actually fares pretty well here. I was expecting them to maybe catch, so I didn't throw my Grass Knot. They stay in. They Shadow Ball. Still staying in. And this is great for me. This is great for me because Cress is my best answer here. Then eventually they swap Altaria. And I'm like, okay, this is not bad at all. This is not bad at all. Cress does really solid here. And I get the debuff. This is looking really promising. I tried to get it off first, but they smartly threw their energy. Nice counting by them. I'm going to overfarm here. Oh, you know what? Now I see... I remember this battle, and it may not go our way. Maybe if I had banked that energy and gone for like a Talonflame Incinerate down, that could have been nasty. But we took back Switch here, which was nice. In comes Talon, and this is just so awkward. Like, I have to swap a Poliwrath into a Bubble Jellicent, right? Like, where else am I going to utilize my Poliwrath? And I also don't want my Talon taking all this bubble damage. I knew he was probably going to Shadow Ball, but it's like so difficult to decide what you want to shield. Go for the Scald here. Shadow Ball puts us low, but he still does. And then check out what happens here. I shield because I figure I kind of have to get off a move. And it's Bubble Beam, dude. I think Bubble Beam still would have knocked out, but that's so bad because it's Bubble Beam. I probably could have afforded to let it go and then maybe tried to like call a Bubble Beam. It wouldn't have been a guaranteed win by any means. And if you're wondering why I'm going for the farm down here, Wigglytuff got a lot of charms. So Wigglytuff, if I threw energy, Wigglytuff was definitely going to get to a move first. So I had to like commit to a farm there to give myself any chance. But, man, what an annoying game. Losing to a Bubble Beam Jellicent, come on. I mean, it's not the worst play in the world because like it gives you definitely some bait potential, like plus the debuff, because some people are gonna sometimes you're gonna want to shield a potential Surf anyway, right? So it gives you that bait option plus the debuff. All right, Annihilate. Solid lead for Talon. We are going to go for the fly, and they only throw 7, so I know this is just a Night Slash. Really no reason for me to shield here. Oh, but it's a close combat, actually. I take it back. In comes Lickitung, and this is where having Brave Bird is kind of nice. So I throw the Brave Bird, and they shield. If they had If they had taken it, I might have elected to come in with Cresselia, because it would have put it into like Moonblast range. But because they shielded, I come in with Poly. I'm going to go for a little bit extra energy here. They baited us very nicely. Scald going to knock out. And keep in mind, the Annihilate has already taken like 3 Incinerates worth of damage. So what I decide to do here is actually just go directly for the Icy Wind. Not even going to build up the Scald. I want to make sure I get this off before Annihilate gets off a threatening move. They take it. And then, check this out. They get low. And I decide, this is a situation I can shield and I can debuff the last Pokemon. Which I love doing. It's a Water Gun Lantern. And I think we would have been fine either way. Cress would have just won if it had a shield and we didn't get off the debuff. But it's always fun to debuff the last Pokemon when they can't clear the debuff. So we get a 3-2 set there. We get a Grubbin as a reward. Sometimes the Twitch chat will troll you and tell you that you got a hundo as the reward based off the CP. And this little Grubbin here is a hundo. Let's go. Hundo Grubbin is what we're able to get as a reward. Nice. I guess Master League Vikavolt coming your way. Master League Specialist Rise. And we got a few more battles here to close out the video. Talon into another Charge-a-Bug. Like we mentioned, I like this lead matchup because you just see how much the Incinerates do. They really chunk. The Incinerate damage definitely outpaces the Volt Switch damage. They bait us. And then check out what happens here. He throws after 3, and then he throws after 2. So we know this is just an X-Scissor. No reason for us to shield. This is going to give us a full farm down. We're down a shield, but we have all this energy. I go for the Brave Bird, and then I make a bit of a mistake you're going to see. So I wasn't convinced after the debuff if I could live 5 licks since I'm triple debuffed. So I go for the Fly, but if you look at this, I actually got a whole nother Incinerate through. So I definitely would have reached that Brave Bird, but we win anyway. Licky didn't get enough of a head start where it was going to threaten our Poliwrath with a Power Whip, so I was comfortable coming in with Poliwrath. And if we had come in Cress, things would have been awkward because they would have been ahead of Poly. They could have gotten off 2 moves potentially. And then Cress might have been a little bit in danger. So the fact that we came in Poliwrath there secured the game for us. What's with all these Charge-a-Bug? Charge-a-Bug didn't get nerfed. This looks pretty good. But let's see how this plays out. You never know. There could be a Core Breaker in back. For example, if there's like a Bastiodon in the back, that could be a bad Core Breaker for us once Poliwrath is out of the picture. So this game is not over. It's not over till it's over. Drill Run. We're going to actually shield because that's kind of what is going through my mind. Like, do I want to maybe preserve Poliwrath? This also will allow me to get off both Scalds. If I took the Drill Run, I might have put myself in like 1 Volt Switch range. I get off both Scalds. Now they're probably going to be forced to shield. Otherwise, Poliwrath is still kind of healthy. In comes Quag, and this looks really good. Yeah, GG. So, just pretty favorable alignment there, to be honest. Could have even come in with Cress against Dugong and probably still would have been in a good spot. So, as long as we retained switch advantage, or even if we didn't, maybe still could have won because Talon's just that insane. If it's like up a shield with that Brave Bird Fly moveset, helps it against Quagsire. It was a regular Quagsire though, so Brave Bird might not quite one-shot a regular Quagsire. But here we go. Looks like we got some cute times, which is very normal at this ELO range. I'm a little scared. I don't want to skip ahead and get overzealous and then go mid-battle. All right, I'm getting a little impatient. We're going to skip forward a little. Oh. Right here. Let's see who the battle's against. Okay. Talonflame into DD. Deoxys Defense. Used to be very common. Maybe like one of the most common Pokemon in the Open Great League. Really don't think this is a Rock Slide, but it could be, so I respect it just to not lose the game instantly. In comes Umbreon. And I'm like, okay. Please don't have Psychic. I was joking on my stream, like, why would they have Psychic if they have a DD? Like, Bro, are you kidding me? Psychic. How much psychic coverage do you need? You have Psycho Boost on Deoxys. Do you really need Psychic on Umbreon? But whatever. We get the attack drop. At this point, I'm not going to go down 2 shields. And both of my remaining Pokemon have play against Deoxys, so I'm comfortable with this. I come in town, get another Incinerate. In comes Guzz. And then this is really good. I'm really hoping I get the shield here with the fly. I do. Now I'm going to go for the Brave Bird. Either I do massive damage or I get the second shield, which is even better. Brave Bird gets the second shield. That's exactly what I want. We come in with Cress. We've gotten both shields down, so now we can connect on a Moonblast potentially. We know they're probably going to go for a catch here. So I'm expecting that. But we're going to throw Moonblast here eventually anyway at Deoxys defense form. Moonblast coming through, connects, and just gauging how much damage that did. We know another Moonblast will just about be enough to knock it out after all these Psycho Cuts. Going to take the Thunderbolt. Going to overfarm so we don't get outpaced by that Guzzlord. So we're at pretty much 100 energy. I think we might have been over 100 energy. Moonblast knocks out. We're only 3 Psycho Cuts away. Just going to throw an alignment because this is double super effective damage. I'm predicting this is going to knock out the Guzzlord. Bang! Swapped just in case it didn't knock out. And that is a good game. Team on a bit of a roll here. I think that was quite a few wins in a row in the middle there after we lost game 1 of this video. And this is the final battle. It's the final battle. Do. And this team, man, has been a lot of fun. It's not often these days that I run the same team in the Go Battle League for more than like a day or 2 at most. But I've been running this team for probably like 8 days now. And it's been doing really well for me. Of course, Poliwrath is getting nerfed with counter. So I don't know if this team will function quite as well next season. But I think maybe Poliwrath could be replaced with something similar. We'll see. All right. D-Knight's terrible. D-Knight's like the worst thing for this team. So when I saw it, I'm immediately like, I just lose. But I swap, see what they do. And this is always the worst. They catch on Skeledirge, and I just top left. Because, not just because they catch and it's Crest against Skeledirge, but it's the overall situation. It's Skelly is going to get extra energy. I'm probably going to have to shield whatever comes in against it. And then, how do I deal with the D-Knight? D-Knight's the super healthy, so, like, that game was over. But, like, how annoying is this? We could have Moonblasted. He gave us the opportunity to Moonblast. Like, oh my gosh, so annoying. Like, if I got that Moonblast off and he has to shield, like, maybe we open up some play. Because he shields the D-Knight, and then suddenly, like, what if I sack Talon, but, like, get off a fly to get the second shield, and then, like, Poly can... I don't know. That's just crazy. Like, completely hard countered, and, like, an unnecessary call catch by them to make things even worse on our side when they like opened up an unnecessary play for us. That's always the worst. Always the worst. It reminds me of like when you're clearly dead to rights in a game, your opponent has like 2 shields, but you could go for like a Hail Mary Hyper Beam or something just to go for it, and then but you don't because you know like they just simply shield and they win. 35-55, by the way. Pretty cool. Like, you know they can just simply shield to win, so you gotta go for the bait move, and then they don't shield. And you're like, if I just went for, like, my Hydro Pump, I would have won the game. Oh, my God. So, I try not to do that. I try to take the win conditions if they ever present themselves. But all that said, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. If you're new, comment down below. All comments are appreciated. Join channel memberships for exclusive perks as this new season starts, especially in the coming, I was going to say weeks, but less than a week. Definitely going to have some exciting new content and go over all the new Pokemon, all the new moves, and try to feature as many of them as possible. So if you guys want to help me on that journey as well, feel free to join memberships and feel free to send me your battles. Link is always in the description of every single video. All that said, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.